Welcome to Trash Trades. The title of this podcast is probably self-explanatory. Me and Luca here, we're going to make a show that should have always existed about the realest part of trading, which is trashy trades. Just absolute garbage that you just, for some reason, believe is going to work, and then it doesn't. And we are absolute experts at that.
Yeah.
My name is VJ, and one of the reasons that we are absolute experts at this is because we're new traders. I've been trading for 11 months. This is my homie Luca.
How's it going, guys?
Go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, my name is Luca. Me and BJ kind of started trading around the same time. We both got 11 months of trading our own money. And yeah, I think we're both ICT or smart money traders. Am I right, BJ?
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, we've started this show just to show off the realest part of trading with just some shitty, trashy trades we take. We're nowhere near profitable, so we're not claiming to be profitable. I think it's a work in progress. But I think we're definitely getting better. We've got a good trend on improving and being better traders and chasing after the consistently profitable goal.
Order filled.
We're here to sort of embrace losses. Everyone tries to act like they're perfect, and while we are absolute trash trading savants, we are getting better, and we are on the way to profitability. We put up pretty nice, sizable trades consistently, but it just seems like this whole space is just full of people who just sort of fake it and don't want to be real about the fact that we lose. So no matter how profitable I get and Luca gets, we're going to be doing this show.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to put up these losses, and we're going to show you guys how we do them. You know what I'm saying? And in case we don't put up too many losses ourselves, because me and Luca don't trade that much. We tend to play on the higher time frames and only engage maybe a handful of times a day, maybe, sometimes a little bit more. But we have other people who are absolute reverse banger experts too. So we might bring them on and just make it a party.
Yeah,
so,
I think it's a bit of a work in progress. We're going to be tweaking the little things, like small things about the show. But the main focus is just to be a journal where we're journaling here, saying the trades we fucked up on and how we can improve. And hopefully maybe if somebody watches or listens or whatever you want to do, you can kind of learn with us on how we fucked up, and we're gonna evolve. We're gonna be better traders. At the end of the day, I think it's more of a journal type of task we're taking with this show. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy it.
All right, well, at this point, Luca, you might as well take it away and show us the piece of shit that you want to put on display today. You ready?
So yeah, basically I set up this short trade. It was just a bias. I don't execute. It's just a bias that I have on the right of my screen.
What's that little rectangle up top there?
That's an order block. That's an order block on the 3 hour.
Ooh.
So I have that
3 hour.
I have that charted out, and again we respected this order block. This is where I have some trashy ass trades, and I have them pretty often, unfortunately. But we rejected straight away from this order block on market open, and we started, shitting the bed. And in my thoughts is I'm gonna miss this trade. Obviously, I'm gonna miss this whole run down. I'm a fantastic trader. My analysis was right, and I'll explain to you this trade that I placed. It was so shitty. It was so bad, this trade.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Luca?
Yeah, go for it.
So you said, like, as the market dropped, before you take it in entry, when you're sort of starting feeling a little bit of fear that you're going to miss the trade, you also to yourself said, "I am a fantastic trader." Is that correct?
I think I was overconfident. I think that's what I was meaning to say. Because my pre-market analysis, straight away, you see a tap from that fucking order block I have marked out, and it gets an absolute shitter candle, all the way down to Australia, down under. And then all of a sudden, this is where I fuck up. And we get a bit of a wick, and I FOMO in. Of course, I'm a FOMO trader, but I'll explain this trade.
FOMO trader, one of the best techniques.
Exactly.
I'd like to hear your ways. This is one of the best platforms.
So normally on these kind of pullback trades, I'd have a 0.618 kind of entry in mind. Did I have it this trade? Absolutely not. I had I tried to rush in too quick with this breaker block, and I tried to find an excuse for myself to enter this trade. So, yeah, this was a trade. Price quickly entered me in. And this was the breaker block. I don't really use breaker blocks. Again, this was just a shitty excuse for me to enter the trade. I didn't
just pulled it out of your pocket and was like, "This might be good today."
Yeah, exactly. And then I got stopped out. Obviously, I got stopped out. The market gives me kisses, loves my analysis, and it stops me out, which I took my loss. The most painful part about this trade was in a couple minutes, or this was like maybe 20 or 30 minutes, it hit both my take profits after it stopped me out of the trade. And again, I had such crippling FOMO that I missed this perfect trade at market open that I was in a mental wreck for the rest of the day, and I didn't trade, which I saved myself. But again, I rushed in too quick. I would put my stop loss above the swing high, but of course I did not.
Yeah, that was where it needed to be.
And yeah, I just fucked up on this trade.
I feel like your entry was probably fine, but the fact that you had FOMO affected your ability to sort of keep your stop where it probably should have been. Maybe even adjust your position size earlier because it had to be so wide. Just mostly, honestly, the emotion like messed up the good trade idea. See, like if you even put it above like the fair value gap that's there, just a couple, like look to the left, that little fair value gap. Why not tap in there, or why not? You know, there's certain places where maybe it doesn't have to be all the way at the high, but still could allow for a little bit more room. Yeah. So in some ways, like you almost the worst part about those type of FOMO trades is like you almost don't believe that it's going to work. So you got to keep your stop tighter to avoid the loss that you think is going to happen.
Yeah, I think this trade I kept weird. my risk to reward in my favor as much as possible. That's why if I would have set it above this high, it would have been a 0.86 risk to reward, which is obviously this was just a mental wreck. Obviously, the market had to increase my hopes with this dump at market open. But yeah, it was just shitty execution by me. I didn't have control of my emotions. I FOMO'd in too quick, and I missed a good trade. That would have been a good trade because I fucked up.
You know, I'll admit to the audience, like this is actually our second time recording this. Me and Luca just had like a nice fucking absolute yelling fest, which is fantastic. But the best part about the first recording was when you said right here, this part where you said the market absolutely did its job. And I was like, oh, by scooping up your stop loss. And you're like, absolutely.
Yeah, I gave credit to the market for it.
I gave credit to the market for working, grabbing your stop loss. Yeah, exactly. It absolutely did that.
So the market helped me out there to get me out of the trade. But yeah, I just took a shit trade, and here you go.
I actually think that trash trade is almost like a recycled trade, like not quite trash, because I think you just mismanaged it. I think your
honestly, I
emotions
think it's
made you put
even
your stop on the
trashier.
top.
It's even trashier that this played out because it was crippling on my mental anxiety. If I have a
Yeah.
trade that I miss, I plan it, I miss it, that's a trashier trade than just hitting my stop. I got stopped out and then it actually went in my favor. That's how shitty the market is, you know? Fuck the market. I'm joking.
It was doing its job though, grabbing your stop real fast.
Yeah.
Your
Gotta give credit
close
to that.
to sexy stop for your RR. That's why sometimes, like, RR is important, but if the trade doesn't meet your RR conditions, where in comparison where the stop is supposed to be, then you probably shouldn't even take it.
Yeah.
You know?
It is what
I
it
like
is. I
that
want
though.
to hear your trade, BJ,
I like
to be
that
completely
loss. I
honest.
like that loss. Oh yeah, this is a classic one. So I think we forgot to say earlier our style of trading, but I'm a smart money concept ICT trader primarily. Luca,
Sure.
how would you describe yourself?
I describe myself as an ICT and smart money trader. Um, a day trader, not really a scalper. I've moved away from scalping, but not really specific ICT concepts. Like I don't use Silver Bullet or a lot of the more in-depth ICT teachings, but I do I do use a lot of ICT concepts and as as well as my own concepts that I've developed over my trading.
Awesome. Beautifully said. So here's a fantastic loss from yours was on Monday.
Hold on,
Classic
share your
death day
screen.
for most
Share your
people.
screen, BJ.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, my bad, brother.
Go for it.
Sorry guys. Give us a couple seconds to fucking not fuck up as bad as we did on that first attempt, but still absolutely have dead air time. And we talk about literally nothing as I waffle our way into okay, can you see my screen? Can you see it, brother?
Yeah, I can see it. Go for it.
All right, perfect. Now, one thing I did also like when you said before was that my charts are absolutely disgusting, which
Yeah.
often I feel the same way too, but they print, bro, so like what am I supposed to do?
Well,
I need the
let's see if they
information.
print on this trade, BJ. Go for it.
Oh,
I was joking.
they're
I'm
not.
messing. I'm messing.
Absolutely, I'm not gonna print. They printed so yesterday was actually a pretty good day because the day was like I was green every other trade, but I had to do this before just as a warm up. Like this is like my classic thing. I don't know, Luca, if I've told you this many times. Like I classically start the day off with a loss and then work my way back into profits or like break even. Like that's how it happens. It's usually like a sort of bad loss because it's like 9:30 or 8:30 in the morning volatility because I'm trading futures, so we get in there. I like NQ. I trade on funded accounts, so on some of my funded accounts, NQ is sort of like will pay me better than ES by far, and it moves better. Like it's more sometimes the moves are exaggerated, so if you could deal with it, it's a nice money maker. So this is around 9:30. I pretty much break a bunch of rules that I was sort of attempting to think of, but like, this should be even more remarkable that this previous day high, so it's a high liquidity area. There's London high. Asia has already been taken by London, but essentially, these are like things that I have marked out because I'm anticipating certain reactions from them when the price gets to there. But of course, it's trash trades. So I disregard all of that. And I'll get to exactly where the mistake is here. So the whole idea that I was thinking was, we came down here Thursday and, I'll show you on the 15th. It's a little bit easier. Came down here on Thursday and we come and we absolutely just start tapping into this daily order block we never got into. Get into this bullish fair value gap as well underneath it. And also this weekly order block. Essentially what I would anticipate is a bullish reaction, which we get here. You know, we break structure to the upside. We got some displacement, taking out these, you know, swing highs. It's interesting. And then as we keep coming back and testing this order block, we have bullish reactions, as you notice, come back in here, bounce up. These are pretty large moves. I mean, this candle right here is like, yeah, it's like 100 points, you know, so is this guy. And as you can see, when we came back into there, we started moving up. So I really like take my trade ideas on like the 5 minute above. Here's that tap into here, 8:35. There was non-farm payroll news, which caused the sweep up, sweep down, bounce up. I'm already bullish for the day on the daily. I don't know if on replay if I can even get to it, so I'll just tell you that. So I'm like anticipating moves up to here. So once I see this break of structure over these highs, very bullish reaction. Wouldn't you agree, Luca?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you know, I can see a continuation, like retrace, tap into this 5 minute fair value gap for move up. Sounds good. Sounds good. That's all that it is. But we'll show. I'm gonna get to that here. So, okay, 5 minute trade idea in. I'm already looking at weekly, you know, points of interest to power this move. You know, we got taps of midnight opening price, which is a high liquidity area. This is nice for me to think like, okay, like 566 right here. The bottom of this order block is 609. Like that's like 50 points. We come down here, like that might be 70-point move right there. And then probably sweep down into here, continue our bearish reaction. That's my idea. So, like Luca, you know, he puts up fibs. I do the same thing as well. I'm looking for premium and discounted this leg. Put this up. This is like the OTE entry. But right here, I'm going to start looking for entries on this retrace. This is my idea. We came in here, went down. Here's our sweep for a bullish move up. You know, here's some order blocks right here. I'll just draw them so we can see them. Try to make this sort of sexy. It's not going to be sexy. Like Luca said, my fucking charts are absolutely trash looking. I get it. They are. I agree. I completely agree. I'm sorry. We're going to do it. Oh my God. This guy, he's sold. He fucking clicking sold 36 and he just started trading 11 months ago. Must be half a tard. Yes, you're right. I know. I apologize. Let him be. Oh, wait. Hold on. Why am I? My bad. So I'm looking over here. I'm tripping out, guys. I meant to draw this. So I'm looking over here, and I'm like, wow, look at this. There's a fair value gap right at equilibrium. I would love to enter here. Right in the middle? That seems right. Oh, my God. And a high right here, which would be a breaker, sort of just lines up. You know, this could be very interesting type of situation. I will go ahead. And, well, I mean, it's not a breaker per se, but it's probably on like the 15-second based on these wicks. So you can think of these wicks also as support. Here's some other things sort of giving me an idea on that. I'm like, all right, yeah, we could sort of look at this as an interesting situation. Maybe it's a mitigation block. Who knows? I'm thinking it's support for bullish prices. Definitely think that is here. I'll go ahead and delete this fib so you guys don't have to see it blocking your screen. And so I'm looking at here for a reason. Now, I literally just looked at this one more time when I was replaying this back. This is embarrassing on how absolutely smacked up I get with this idea. And like the fact that I have like no fear is sort of a great thing. And also how you also say good job to the market for coming for my stop. And I also even do another thing dumb to increase some losses. So I'm looking for a tap into here. Let's go. Doink, doink. I entered.
Did you actually?
Absolutely.
Oh.
So I trade with micros. I could turn like a couple micros into $100. So we go after big fucking, you know, like 50, 100-point trades often. And I'm anticipating, you know, here, this will look pretty fantastic. Like, hold on. Let me show you the RRs. It's not bad. Like, I think it's pretty decent. Like, you know, okay. Like, yeah. Yeah, 165. But it's like a lot of points, and like, you know, I could like once it starts moving like maybe this cluster. I could be real, but I'm trying to be very. Yeah, we'll keep it out here. Maybe I could just keep it under these 1 minute order blocks, but it's reasonable at the beginning for me. Okay, and this is why I only went 2 micros. Like, look at that stop; it's like 40 points. And in the morning, that happens when my target's 70. It's okay. And as I add in here, I noticed this thing. Oh, secret gap. Oh my lord. He's got an extra. I was like, okay, minimum, I'm keeping my stop here. Okay? This is this is how it looks, right? So I know that the stop is like sort of crazy, but I enter boldly because I'm that guy. That guy that gets stopped out. And here we go in here, and I'm sort of liking this, and I'm like, I enter. I believe we got to see how it plays out. I forget exactly where I keep my stop because I actually like move it because at first it's like somewhere here, and then I move it to allow for this, and I think I put it over here. Enter in one more micro. Shit goes like, yeah, I put it like just under here, right? So I survive.
It's gonna hit.
Shit pops up. Okay, like my average I'm only down 9 points right here. We're looking good. I guess this would technically like go somewhere here, right? Oh my green, dude. I got it, man. Actually, no, it's probably closer to here. No trims.
I'd be out on that candle. That is definitely gonna. Oh my god. Oh my god. I was not expecting a trade even trashier than mine. That was a trashy ass trade.
Yeah, it was bad. And so I actually put it probably here. Okay? Because I do get stopped out here, and I realize my mistake, and I actually enter in here shorts, and I make all the money back. But let me show you why this shit is so dumb. Like, let's go back to the 15-minute. Let's delete this stupid ass thing. All right, so remember how I said I have previous day high and London highs to see a reaction? Hey, dude! Like, I'll take the replay back to where this was, okay? Look at this shit. It's right here. Look at this shit on the 15-minute. Okay, it already made the wick, dude. It was already about to make the wick. It was at the top of this wick. And what it did was it had high likelihood of just sweeping previous day high and London high and reversing. And so in the New York Open, a thing called the Judas swing fucking happens, where they usually sweep a 15-minute high, which coincides with the London high and the previous day high, and then go the other way. I completely negated that for my bullish bias and just was like, that looks sexy. And as you saw, completely just ignore the fact that this was absolutely disrespected and enter anyway. And then somehow this little rally gave me a little bit of hope rather than but I already got stopped out. And then thank God I realized, and this is a classic loss. One of the main reasons why I put this up, this is a classic loss I take to start the day. Remember I told you I often start with the loss? It's often this. Where I'm like, I guess there's no Judas today. Dude, it's so shitty. Or this is the Judas. Dude, so shitty. So shitty. But look at what happens right after. When I entered this guy, thank God this trash trade was saved by an anti-trash trade.
Oh my god.
Instant 70 points to fucking get out with 2 micros. So I made back all the money plus with just 4 total micros. A 2 micro trade here, and then whatever. And we were out. This is a nice one, though. 8:30
that was a shitty ass long. I'm not even gonna lie.
The worst, dude.
Yeah.
One of the worst. I mean.
You had so listen. If it was a very strong uptrend, maybe I'd kind of get the aspect of that fair value gap. Honestly, I'd kind of honestly that just doesn't look good after that rally back into that fair value gap. That would have definitely I would have been
Oh my
all
Lord.
out.
I mean,
That would have looked way
the thing.
better.
This is the thing. If I just waited for the 618 tab, like I would have probably been like, yeah, that's a little too crazy. But instead, I jumped the gun at the 50 when like this fair value gap hadn't been made. It's so dumb, dude. So dumb, especially after taking these 15-minute highs.
Well, that's a trashy ass trade.
It's one of the worst.
See. I can kind of get the the bias. The bias is okay. I
the
can
bias is
understand
good,
it,
yeah.
but it's still. I'm not gonna lie. Those wicks on the previous low was just shitty. That looks like it's gonna be ran through, definitely.
Yeah, but you remember these ones though, huh? You remember these ones from yesterday, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so I mean, that's probably enough for the first one. We'll see how this fucking goes. I hope you guys like the show. We'll do better. You know, I don't think we're gonna have a screaming rage fight every time.
See, that was a shitty shit trade, BJ. Honestly,
yeah, but that's the best for the show. Listen, I had a nice screen trade. Like this, did I tell you how bad this was? Like, I would have made about $300.
There's no mental process. Well, I can kind of see that the trade, but honestly, it was just so shit. In particular, like what the fuck?
Yeah, but Luca. Should we go over this trash trade?
Okay. Moving on.
I mean, we could add this one.
We can save that for another time.
Actually,
maybe
let's do it right now.
Yeah, we can go.
Fuck it. We're right here.
Honestly, I was looking at the 5 minutes, so I don't really recognize the 1 minute.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I was looking at a lot of shit. So Luca obviously didn't know about this 8-hour fair value gap. He doesn't know anything about fair value gap.
Wow.
So
wow.
So, but we both were in a VC. The VC that we met actually, and I started I was done trading for the day, but I'd come back after running some errands, and I saw this happening. Probably sat down around here, and I entered shorts right here. Luca entered longs somewhere around here too.
Listen, I'll give you my.
And I wasn't sure. It definitely wasn't really sure, but I was watching the 5 minute and the 15 minute at the same time because usually my chart's like this. See?
I hope
so. I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at it, right? And this is around the area where we're at. Now, I already see these gaps starting to form. And Lucas says he's looking at the 5, but I don't see a reason to truly go long there yet.
Actually said the 15.
Here. The 15 that's there.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. See? It's not really that clear. Here is around the time we enter. As you can see on these charts, it's right around there. And yeah, it's not that clear there. Here, this is all looking more bearish. But you're right. On this fair value gap, you were thinking longs. I get that. That's just like how I lost.
Even looking back on that, I still think that's a trashy ass trade. That deserves to be in the show. Automatically.
And that's why we're going over it.
Yeah, that's
right
ridiculous.
there. You went longs right there. I could see it. This is like in the 618, but without noticing that the order flow has changed after touching this fair value gap. This would be fine, just like me. Actually, this looks better than me. This looks even better. And then it proceeds to actually shit the bed. Now, I only had 2 micros. I trimmed one here, and I trimmed one here. I was out. And then it proceeded to and I even said, remember this, I was like, I wish I had one more. Didn't even look to re-enter. I was just done trading. I was like, it's probably going to go at least 150 points. And boy, did it do that. Boy, did it absolutely do that. And come back to that daily order block we were talking about before, which is just loves to refer back to. So
some backstory about that trade. We're in the VC with 10 other people, right? And they're all
Yeah.
trading as well. They were entering and exiting their positions as we were talking about this. So I was in long, VJ was in short. And when I was in long, I pray to God nobody listened to me. But when I said I liked longs here, so I entered and I did get stopped out. I'm lucky I minimized my risk on that trade, but
Yeah.
all the way down, we flushed downwards, and every single VJ would ask me, "How's those longs?" Just to make fun of me. Obviously, VJ is a bit of a dickhead sometimes, and I say averaging down.
Yeah, I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
Yeah, exactly. You are the only one. So and I say averaging down. I'm averaging down, averaging down. Obviously, I'm joking because if I hit my stop, I'm not averaging down shit, you know. But I make that joke in VC, so if other people hear me, they're kind of fucked up with their trade. Because obviously,
This
I would
is
never
one thing
average
that,
down.
since it is trash trades, we might as well talk about it. You were doing some trash profitable trades.
Yeah, I think that's worse. That's worse than.
That's way worse. But tell him. So what he was doing, like, he was not following the plan where you enter here, maybe look for entries here, and just FOMOing in.
That's the key word of today.
Okay. You should see my screen. The recording here is perfect.
Okay.
I got a couple.
Right.
My stop's
right. Appreciate it.
Couldn't hold through any of this because why? There wasn't a reason to even get in there. Sort of like my trade here. It says trash.
Every time me and VJ trade together, as soon as the massive drop happened on the hour candle, it looked disgusting. It just kept dropping. And VJ's like, how's the longs? Obviously, it has to be on my fucking ear every 5 seconds.
Hey.
And I said, average it down. Obviously, taking the piss. I'm obviously joking, but
I loved it.
I bet you there was one guy in there, probably a guy that was muted, that was, oh look, it's averaging down. Oh, let me get in there.
Yeah, let me just get in there. Yeah, that guy is an absolute imbecile. His name is probably. Luke, I thought I was about to do it.
Oh man.
But
I'm glad you bleeped out that shit. We would have honestly. I'm not sparking any more beef. I'm not gonna lie. It's not.
Hey, if the beef comes, we cook it, baby. So
we do have to cook that shit.
I was a fan. I think the show really turned up at the end. I think next time we should all do shots or something.
Okay. Okay. I'm actually a minor, VJ.
Okay, this guy.
No, don't start, VJ. Not here, please. Not here.
He's Irish.
Not here.
Okay.
Not here. We're not.
I know, but you're Irish though. You're Irish though.
Yeah.
You guys have a reputation there.
Yeah, absolutely. But don't talk about that shit here. But yeah, when we were in New York, me and VJ, obviously we had a dinner together, and VJ was just shot after shot after shot after shot after shot, and this dude.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm joking. He wasn't. It was soju, whatever, some strong wine, but it wasn't that. Like alcohol. It wasn't very potent, so he wasn't drunk or anything. But anything. Just saying. I bet you there's gonna be some. VJ, you're a molester because you're obviously a lot older than me. So I just want to clarify that. VJ did not sexual assault me. It was consensual. So we
consensual
didn't
as hell.
Yeah.
Consensual and.
Oh, that's a joke. Any person that actually thinks that we're being serious, I feel like they're gonna. There's obviously gonna be one person that fucking calls the cops or some shit.
What a waste of time.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. All right, I think that's done. How are we gonna end this? Fucking.
Yeah, this is our first ending. Oh, VJ, fuck! I had a sexy ass intro, right? You're probably gonna hear this because this is before we edit it, but I wanna hear your thoughts about the intro that we had, made by the one and only, the man himself. But yeah, sexy. I forgot to say play the intro or some shit like an introduction to trash trays, but it's whatever.
You're talking about the sound, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No.
We'll add it in afterwards. You guys will hear it.
It's good. I mean, I think it's a little overhyped, but
I actually really like it. It's perfect.
But... Okay, you like it? Okay. Because I don't know if it grew on me or if it's corny. but I think it's alright. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with it now.
We could change it. We could change it always.
We'll leave it for now.
I bet you, VJ, if people really like this, we're gonna get some friends' opinion on this intro. If they like it, we're keeping that shit. I really like it. I think it's a bomb. You know.
Okay.
It is what it is. How are we gonna finish this?
Oh, that's it. We're done.
All right.
That's like
see you guys in
Perfect.
the next episode.